Yo, what's up, guys? It's T, and welcome to today's episode of T&Coffee. Clearly, I'm not in the setup that I normally am. I'm at a friend's house in my hometown temporarily. I came down here for the 4th to see some fireworks, to hang out with the fam, and to shoot my first ever podcast with a guest. So that's coming out next Monday. I'm going to spend all week editing the video. It was a great conversation. And I really enjoyed it. So I think you're really going to dig next week's episode. The first time I've ever had a guest. It's actually so much harder to be a podcast host and to run a podcast than I ever could have imagined initially. It's a very difficult task. It takes a lot of patience and a lot of setup and know-how, dude. Like how to get the lights right, how to get the sound to sound good. Like what I really need is like a permanent setup with 2 mics that work fairly well, podcasting mics. So I think I'm gonna buy some of those soon, if I can, and really just try to get the whole setup. But yeah, man, it was a cool experience, a great interview with a good friend of mine, and it's coming out next Monday. So keep an eye out for that. I can't wait till you guys see it. But something else was on my mind this morning because I was scrolling through my phone and I have all these videos, all these update videos that I've made in the past for myself, actually. If you don't know, I do this weird thing where, actually, it's not weird. It's just what I do. I do this thing where I record update videos for myself. So I'll sit in front of the camera, just like I'm sitting right here, and instead of saying, hey guys, welcome to Tea and Coffee, I'll just talk about what's going on in my life at that point in time. And so later I can like scroll back through them, see what's going through, see what's happening, and sort of like, I don't know, just see myself. I think it's a cool thing to do. But one of the coolest insights that I get from that, which I just realized this morning, is that I get to see myself like over a long period of time, and I get to see how different I was uh, compared to who I am now. Because I'm always changing. I'm not always the same. I'm always changing. I'm always growing, thinking of ways to be different. And it's not because I don't want to settle anywhere, or it's because I'm lost or I don't know myself. But I don't know. I believe that if you're not changing, you're kind of doing yourself a disservice. This is life. This is existence. I realize the importance of the situation, the profundity of the situation that I find myself in, and I want to know as much as my personality as I can. And I feel like just hanging out in one section of my personality and saying this is me and not going anywhere else or not expanding the horizons or anything is kind of a waste because, we're only here one time. As these bodies, at least as far as I'm concerned, we're only here one time. So while I'm here, I really just want to get to know myself. And doing those update videos really allows me to just see change. It allows me to see how much I've changed over time, what was different about me. But one thing that really stands out among all the other changes that I've seen is that, every time I watch one of these videos, and I'm in a down, I'm on a down day where things aren't going so well, and in the video, I'm taking it all so serious. To me, this is serious. I don't know what's going to happen. But for me right now, looking back on it, I'm able to sort of see how I was tripping, how I wasn't keeping my cool, how I wasn't trusting life, how I wasn't trusting myself, how I was avoiding certain situations. And back then I didn't know, of course, but with the perspective and that I have now, I'm able to look back on those videos and just see a different piece that was always available to me that I could have accessed at any time, but I was just so caught up in the story. I was so caught up in my own importance that I wasn't able to see it. And I don't know what I'm trying to say by saying that. Maybe I'm trying to say look for the peace in your life. I don't know, but it just struck me because I was watching some of my old videos. I was seeing how I was like freaking out and how I was handling the situation. And I don't know, I just had this overwhelming sense that at that moment I could have just relaxed. And I feel that way about a lot of my life. You know, when I was in my early 20s, it was the most freeing time of my life and I had the most energy, but I was just so wrapped up in my own drama. You know, I was so depressed and anxious because I was so wrapped up in my own drama and chasing my own goals that I was never able to really like sit down and relax. And when I look back at those days, I recall thinking to myself, I could have just sat there and relaxed and just had a good day, and I would have been all right. The whole time I would have been all right. So the whole time I was freaking out in my early 20s, I could have just been chilling and enjoying it. So there's a lesson in there somewhere. I'm sure. I'm not sure what it is, but there's a lesson in there somewhere. And when I look at my old videos, I sort of intuit the message, you know, the teaching. So, yeah, today's video is just going to be a short one of me just sort of sitting here. Sorry. I don't have my normal setup. But, yeah, keep a lookout for that. For next Monday, I'm going to spend all week editing this video, this podcast. It's my first interview, so, you know, be light on me. Don't be too hard on me, man. I'm not really that great of an interviewer yet, but I'm working on it. You know, there's a lot to it. But yeah, that's coming out next Monday. So if you could check that out, hit that like and subscribe, I would definitely appreciate it. And that's all I've got. I hope you have a good day, man. You know, don't take it all so serious, all right? Just have a good day. And I'll see you in the next episode of Tea and Coffee. Peace.